Well, I'm heading out. I'm going to go down to Dick's Den. It's a little bit after 12:30 a.m. And I guess today would be the 18th of June, 2023. And, you know, I'm not texting. I'm doing a film. Okay, oops. I'll catch up with you here in just a little bit and let you know if I could take a picture without my hand in front of it or a shadow. Oh yeah, looky here, someone's coming. Oops. Okay. I missed my convertible. I don't know what that stuff is that I smoked. Cops are probably going to want to know too. There, we're better now. Okay, here we go, pals. It's 3:15 to get on 315 here by Olentangy Commons. And I thought I'd go to Dick's Den. Did I already say that? Because they like me there. And they always have good music. It's a great crowd. And it's not expensive. And, you know, I have cute little bartenders. Especially one guy called Dino Girls. And the owners are phenomenal. Great musicians. And so I go down there, seeing that they seem to like me. But I love the place. I really do. Actually, I'd like to get up there and do an open flow night. You know, if someone wants to get up there and pound at a bongo drum while I talk out one of my things. I do improvisational blues, which means I just stand on stage and interrupt everybody like I normally do. But, you know, I was thinking today, I was telling my friend, you know, I'm not a hick. I know some important people. And, like, today, my sister found out her friend Eve Ferguson died. And I looked up and I go, holy shit, she really was accomplished. I mean, I loved her. Absolutely loved her. And her dad was the ambassador, American ambassador to Uganda. And when Idi Amin was there, and that's how we know their family. We were good friends. But he also was an OSU football star back in 48 or something like that, 46, 47, 48. And Harvard, Rutgers, I mean, incredible. And I sent that stuff for Rick to see so he knew who I was talking about. And since he's close to my sister Nancy too, he'd want to say something to her about her, you know, really good friend dying. And Rick goes, wow, that's impressive. So I sent back, you know, I'm getting sick of these people, you know, bragging and stuff. And I never really talk about that much, I don't think. But I'm just looking to see where I'm going here. But I'll be damned. I started thinking, hey, I got high with Dizzy Gillespie in Kenya, or in Nairobi, after an embassy party. Hey, partied with Brazil 66, Sergio Mendes and his band when they were here. That was years ago, and we went to the Grog Shop, which is where University Inn or something. I don't know what's there now. I'm just coming up past it here. I'm going south on 315, and it's on the west side. It used to be Stouffer's University Inn, but they had wet t-shirt contests there. So that's where I took Sergio Mendes in the group. And then I started thinking, well, hell, my one friend of mine, you know, well, my one friend's father was the American ambassador in China when the revolution broke out, you know, the communists. And meanwhile, one of the guys I went to high school with in Brazil was Chinese. And his dad left and left his brother there. Meanwhile, they never even saw each other again. It was like North and South here with the Civil War. But turns out that Billy, I found out, was from a dynasty. Dynasty. He was my biggest art aficionado. I mean, he loved my art, and he bought it. He, commissioned stuff and gave me round trip tickets to Brazil and all that. And he died. He came up for New Year's Eve to San Francisco, I think. He just came up, New Year's Eve party. He was going to turn around and leave the next day, and he died. So, and then my friend Leo, who went to high school with us too, was one of the top richest people in the world. And then I started saying, and then we had another really good family friend, Sam and Betty Phillips, and like best friends. And Betty was here years ago, and I did her fortune, told her she was going to get sick. Well, she did, and she had to go to the hospital. Mom took her down to Doctor's Hospital, and meanwhile, the head of the hospital comes down and said, "Who do you know?" And my mom said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, you made a phone call. Who do you know?" I said, "Why?" She said, "This is the White House on the phone." Okay. And he was the head of NASA Apollo moonshot. And then after he retired there, he was the head of National Security Agency. And, I'm sick of hearing, for BVR, I was going to go through rehabilitation. I wanted to, narrow down a lot of my skills and see if I could pinpoint something else and see what I needed. And they told me I'm not fit for it. I'm not in their program. And because I was like a sociopath, I told the guy, he asked me how I felt about when I got beat up in the parking lot when I was being the Good Samaritan. And I said, I'd do it again. And he goes, "Oh, really?" He was writing his little book. I said, "But if you're asking me, I'd do it differently though." And he goes, "Oh?" I said, "Yeah, instead of taking a fire extinguisher, I'm taking a friggin' tank and flame shooters and hand grenades." And that's why they said that I was like psycho. I was a sociopath. I'd end up in prison. It'd be a waste of money on me to train me to do anything. And so, so they put down on the thing, "Oh, that, and then I'm delusional because I said I, knew I met Idi Amin, and and I worked in an embassy overseas, and I was a CIA operative, and and I was engaged to Ali, who is from Qatar, and my brother's best friend in grad school, and Ali was oil minister, OPEC delegate, and they got skynapped or whatever, skyjacked in, I think it was 75. No, it had to be 76. Out at Paris or somewhere, I think. But at any rate, so yeah, I'm just a little hick. No one can understand why I put down, like on a dating thing, I said I have to have a guy who could go to an embassy party with me and then just go hang out at Dick's Den. Is anyone out there like that?